Who are these 20 special children?
There's Millie, she's a brown girl.
Millie who?
Millie Cowell.
Millie Cow?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know she's one of the 20 special children?
Because I know because she comes and they do sex to her, mostly.
Who's they? Who's they?
The teachers, the parents, the staff.
Every single teacher or specific teachers?
No, every single. The whole school does it. The whole school, and we've got our own church too. So because they do that, because after, as I said, we kill babies, we drink their blood, we eat them. But then after so the social services who are in it, they go to families or.
Who are these 20 special children?
There's Millie. She's a brown girl.
Millie who?
Millie Cowell.
Millie Cow?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know she's one of the 20 special children?
Because I know because she comes and they do sex to her, mostly.
Who's they? Who's they?
The teachers, the parents, the staff.
Every single teacher or specific teachers?
No, the whole school does it. The whole school, and we got our own church too. Because after, as I said, we kill babies, we drink their blood, we eat them. Okay. But then after so the social services who are in it, they go to families
by Chopin. To start playing, say, here we go.
It's unbelievable that she can play this piece. How does she study? I mean, this is incredible. She plays so beautifully. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. This is...
Yes!
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is impossible.
I would like to put a picture to you, to a broken mind's view. So I look to you in all your light, beyond good and beyond this fight. I recognize hope from all others. in this whole and absolute. So can we listen carefully to broken minds, tortured dreams? I recognize hope from all others but you. I recognize all of it, I cannot forget. A unity that holds, a unity that brings both tomorrow that follows. It speaks to me now, it speaks to me now. Free, let the seem proud, free from the fear, but this way close not to see. I recognize all of it, I cannot forget. A unity that holds, a unity that brings both tomorrow it follows. It speaks to me now, 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 it speaks to me now. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. AIDS, 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 AIDS. Everyone has AIDS.
And so this is the end of our story. And everyone is dead from AIDS. It took from me my best friend, my only true pal, my only bright star. Well, I'm gonna march on Washington, lead the fight and charge the brigades. There's a hero inside of all of us. I'll make them see everyone has AIDS. My father, AIDS. My sister, AIDS. My uncle and my cousin and her best friend. AIDS. The gays and the straights and the whites and the spades. Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my doggo blue. The Pope has got it and so do you. Come on everybody, we got quilting to do. We're gonna break down these barricades. Everyone has AIDS, 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 AIDS.
And it's all the bring of change cannot be restrained. I dance the rhythm of chaotic symphony, unleashing thunder with every step she takes. With the trident in one hand, a severed head in the earth of Cali is the embodiment of power that awaits. Oh, Cali, goddess of fire and fury, your ferocious mind to set the world ablaze. Oh, Cali, destroyer and seals is on them,
I was the first one to be picked up, so they put me in a cell. They locked me in there in this degrading little outfit.
Hey, I don't want anybody laughing. Violation of the rules, I'm a I gotta go to a doctor, anything. Jesus Christ, I'm burning up inside, don't you know?
I've never screamed so loud in my life. Never been so upset in my life. It was an experience of being out of control.
I just fucking can't take it.
Stanford University, Northern California, one of America's most prestigious academic institutions, and in 1971, the scene of one of the most notorious experiments in the history of psychology.
I was interested in what happens if you put good people in an evil place. Does the situation outside of you, the institution, come to control your behavior, or does the things inside of you, your attitudes, your values, your morality, allow you to rise above a negative environment?
The negative environment Zimbardo chose to test his ideas was a prison. He would convert the basement of the university's psychology department into a subterranean jail.
We put prison doors on each of 3 office cells. In the cells, there was nothing but 3 beds, and there was actually very little room for anything else because they were very small. And here we had solitary confinement, which we call the hole. And in the hole was the place where prisoners would be put for punishment. It was a very, very small area. When you closed the door, it was totally dark. All the guards wore military uniforms, and we had them wear these silver reflecting sunglasses. And what it does is you can't see someone's eyes, and so that loses some of the humanness, the humanity. In general, we wanted to create a sense of power. That is, the guards as a category are people who have power over others, in this case, power over the prisoners.
A decade earlier, psychologist Stanley Milgram had also looked at how we respond to authority. In order to understand how people were induced to obey unjust regimes and participate in atrocities such as the Holocaust, he set up an experiment. Volunteers were told they were taking part in scientific research to improve memory.
Would you open those and tell me which of you is which, please? Teacher.
Separated by a screen, the teacher would ask the learner questions in a word game and administer an electric shock when the answer was incorrect. He was told to increase the voltage with each wrong answer.
Cloud. Horse. Rock. House. Answer. Wrong. 150 volts. Answer. Horse.
Oh. Experiment. That's all. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, please.
Continue, please. Go right on.
I refuse to go on. Let me out.
You refuse to go on? The experiment requires you continue, teacher. Please continue.
Participants didn't know that the learner was really an actor and the so-called shocks harmless.
You're gonna get a shot. 180 volts.
Ow! I can't stand the pain. Let me out of here.
Can't stand it. I'm not gonna kill that man there. I mean, who's gonna take the responsibility if anything happens to that gentleman? I'm responsible for anything that happens here. Continue, please. All right, next one. Slow. Walk, dance, truck, music.
2/3 of volunteers were prepared to administer a potentially fatal electric shock when encouraged to do so by what they perceived as a legitimate authority figure. In this case, a man in a white coat.
375 volts. I think something's happened to that fellow in there. I don't get no answer. He was hollering with less voltage. Can't you check in and see if he's all right, please?
Milgram's findings horrified America. They showed that decent American citizens were as capable of committing acts against their conscience as the Germans had been under the Nazis. Like Milgram, Zimbardo was interested in the power of social situations to overwhelm individuals. His experiment would test people's responses to an oppressive regime. Would they accept it or act against it? Zimbardo's experiment was conducted against a backdrop of civil rights activism and protest against the Vietnam War.
There was a sense of student power, student dominance, and student rebellion against authority in general.
It was from the student body that Zimbardo selected his participants. After passing tests to screen out anyone with a psychological abnormality, they were paid $15 a day. Each was randomly assigned to the role of guard or
town before. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. Take it easy. You take it easy. Quiet.
Yeah, I've literally just realised. It's cool though. I think, to be honest, it started on the experimental. Yeah, it's cool. No, it started. I don't know why. I think that happened with Sky News the other day. It might be a new thing they're doing with too much. It was pushing it a little bit because that was mainly other things that I've used there. But it's fine. The bit at the beginning was really what I wanted to get into this one. As long as it started, people can go watch it themselves. Very relevant. But yeah, no, that's handy enough to know now to keep checking, because then they don't seem to be cutting the stream. It just goes quiet, but the visuals and that's still there, so it's not completely wasted anyway, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I wanted to watch that one anyway. But yeah, I'll cut it there and just stick to more of our own. Clyde. No, I saw that one already. Bless you, Clyde. What are we going to do with you, Clyde Stanhope? What are we going to do with you? Still. What, with me as well? Can you hear me? Can you hear me speaking? I turned the music down. Hang on, let me check my phone. I do notice everybody's having issues at the moment, though, on here. Oh, yeah, no, right. So I'm coming through. No, that's fine. Okay, so I don't know if it's just a different thing that they're doing rather than cutting the stream. They just silence it if there's too much stuff being used, because it was only with the news. I don't think it's happened with my own stuff so far, which is fine. But yeah, no, it's not a problem, is it? Even the visuals don't even disappear. So if anything, that's better than it was before. It's just to keep an eye on it, I guess. But like I said, I wanted to hear that one myself, and I think it picked up the beginning of it to give an idea so people can go watch it themselves. In fact, I'll link it here for anyone that did want to go watch that one in particular. But well worth a watch, and maybe just being honest with yourselves a little bit about how the psychology behind this experiment may be relevant to YouTube and social media in general. And how really, I don't blame you guys, because it was blatantly set up to exploit a lot of what went on here. So you're just thick and useful idiots. I won't say you're necessarily evil, but a lot of you are evil cunts as well. Okay, right. So that's the link to the actual documentary there. There's loads. There's literally loads. It's really baffling that nobody's really brought it up before. Well, I have a good few times, but then I just get deleted over and over again, don't I? So we'll just keep saying it over and over again, and you can keep crying over and over again. That's fine. Stamina is another middle name I've got now. So on that note, I'm going to love and leave you and suggest that you do go and watch that, because it's very, very relevant to a lot of you that have been involved in YouTube. Have a nice evening.